Today's tip is about how a caregiver can be prepared with the up and coming hurricane season. Hi, it's me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. Today we're going to talk about some hurricane preparedness, and I have my friend Jillian Rose from the city of Pinellas Park, to chat with us a little bit.
Hi, my name is Jillian Rose. I'm the Community Engagement Program Manager for the City of Pinellas Park, and today I'm here to talk to you about a very important topic, and that's hurricane season. Especially if you're a caregiver, pre-planning is vital. It's going to take extra time for you not only to get yourself ready, but your loved one as well. And your actions beforehand can help determine whether you're a survivor or a victim. So while preparing for disasters is important for everyone to take special considerations that may apply to seniors. Preparing early will place you as a caregiver in a better position to make the right choices when the right time comes. Today, we'll talk to you about how to put together an emergency kit and plan for those disasters. Many seniors have special needs that need to be taken into consideration, whether it's lack of mobility, loss of hearing. Caregivers should keep in mind that seniors are frail and they may have trouble responding quickly in life-saving emergencies. That is why planning for an unwarranted event can reduce panicking during an emergency. Seniors and caregivers should always familiarize themselves with local resources before an emergency occurs. Everyone knows the 911 emergency number, but what hospital is closest? What emergency shelter is nearby? And what is your evacuation route if a hurricane is headed your way? The good news is that there's plenty of things that you can do to prepare yourself for emergencies. Planning in advance will offer a sense of comfort and give your loved ones a feeling of security. The first thing we're going to talk about is prepare your home in advance, keeping your trees trimmed, having hurricane shutters, and removing outside objects that can fly away if evacuation is necessary is vital to help you have more time preparing your family for evacuation, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to prepare your home during this time of need. Know your zone. If you're in an evacuation zone, your supplies should be portable and manageable. Having a duffel bag inside of a closet with some of these items ready to go, depending on the health condition of your loved one, you should have the information on where you're going to go. Caregivers should pre-plan their evacuation routes and leave earlier in the event of a storm coming to their area. If you or your loved one has a medical condition, wearing a medical alert bracelet or a pendant that could save your life, especially if you're a diabetic or allergic to a specific type of food. Any medical alert jewelry that is available today could help first responders treat you properly in case you are unable to give them information on your medical history. So the next thing we're going to talk about is special needs shelters. Special needs shelters are determined by your county, local municipality, and registration for those shelters are required. As with any shelter, taking along medications is a must. Preparing a list of medication doses and other medical facts like allergies and having it laminated. That list can be kept with the medications for quick reference if needed. Most special needs shelters require everyone to bring their own supplies, including bedding. As soon as you arrive, as you are aware, you must evacuate to find a shelter rather than wait until the last minute. If your loved one relies on special needs transportation, please have those supplies ready and packed to go. Time is of the essence, and that'll help the first responders move on to the next person to ensure everyone is safe. Time spent in shelters can be trying, especially for caregivers who have loved ones who are memory challenged. Having items that'll not only entertain their loved one will help, but also maybe keeping like a photo album, something of comfort that they can look at. If the loved one has a hearing difficulty, bring earbuds and headphones along that can be placed with a higher volume to be used. Shelters can be filled to capacity with a variety of people who are on different schedules. Even a hurricane can't deter them from their routines. If the senior relies on routine medical treatment such as dialysis, contact the treatment provider to learn more about the emergency plan. So some of the things that you should keep in your emergency kit that you can have ready to go beforehand is keep an updated emergency contact list. Just in case anything happens to you as a caregiver, someone else can pick up that emergency contact list and know who to get a hold of in the event for your loved one. Identify medications and medical supplies needed daily, such as prescription drugs, catheters, and even colostomy bags. Aim to always have a 1-month supply of those important items on hand at all times, as supply chains may be disrupted during a natural disaster. Seniors who have CPAP machines should always have backup batteries and their unit charged and ready to use. A good thing to have is an ice and cooler bag, especially for insulin dependent or if you have medications that you need to keep cool. Special dietary needs. Special diets cannot be accommodated in a shelter, so make sure that you pack non-perishable snacks and bottled water. One of the great tips for this is as your loved one and you are having dinner, every couple of weeks make sure that you have a hurricane dinner night where you can actually introduce some of these canned foods and non-perishable items to find out what the person you're caring for likes and dislikes, and you can have those on hand when you are preparing for a hurricane. We want to make sure that you have all medical supplies, oxygen masks, heart monitor, wound care supplies. A lot of people think that the shelters will have these items, but they're very limited or might not even stock or carry them at all, and you don't want that to happen, especially in a time of need. Ensure portable oxygen canisters are on hand and filled for use. If your loved one's in a wheelchair, having extra charged wheelchair batteries ready to go, extra hearing aid batteries, glasses, a change of clothing and rain gear for your loved one, and sturdy shoes. It's really important, especially if you're traveling when it is raining, having wet shoes, wet socks. You want to make sure that they have something non-slip to help with aid and fall prevention as well. Blankets, pillows, and air mattresses, towels, washcloths, change of clothing. Personal hygiene items such as soap, toothbrush, adult diapers are very important to have too, and wipes, flashlight, extra batteries, and again, games, puzzles, books, and photo albums. We want to make sure that that person is feeling comfortable in their new surroundings. Items that you cannot bring to the shelter is any illegal or illicit drugs, weapons, or alcohol. Early preparation is your key for survival. Please make sure you're taking the extra time to plan for you and your loved one during this hurricane season. And tune in next week as we talk about pets and what to do with them during the hurricane.
Thanks so much, Jillian. I think these tips can really help a lot of our caregivers. Tune in next week for another tip from our friends at Arden Courts, where all they do is memory care, and have a delicious day.